Hi there, I'm Tony. I live in the going to be Hillfoot area of Grantham. I love the town. It really is the centre of the universe for myself and my family. It's where everything goes on. We work, we live, we school, we socialise, we do our shopping. And obviously under these uncertain times we find ourselves at the moment, I've decided to make use of my time by speaking to some of the people who are known locally as the great and good of Grantham. Today I am joined by a wonderful chap called Martin Richards, and Martin is the owner of Indulgence Delivered, Indulgence Catering, and now the Galaxy Fish Bar on the front of Hornsby Road, Trent Road Junction. Hi Martin, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
Doing all right in these times, getting through. Yourself?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Thanks for asking. Yeah, not too bad. It's about adapting and sort of making the most of what you've got, isn't it, at the moment, I think. And
every day is a new challenge. Completely new challenge every day.
Yeah, all those things we took for granted, like wandering down to the shop when you fancy it, or just going for a walk to the park.
There's so many things I miss at the moment. It's untrue.
Yeah, well, absolutely, absolutely. Well, obviously, Martin, you're well known in and around the Grantham area. So what is it you love about Grantham?
And the main thing is the location. We're so fortunate of where we are. You know, London, you can get to London in an hour on the train. You've got Nottingham, Leeds, Sheffield, Birmingham, all these cities that are all around us. So if we ever need to get out of the town and go and visit somewhere, we can just get up, drive there, train there. It's just fantastic location to get to these other places. But also, we've actually got a lot going on for us here.
Yeah.
You know, Belton House, the businesses that we have here and stuff. There's so much that we've got here, so many little hidden gems.
Yeah.
That we're so fortunate for what we have and what we hear that I think sometimes we take it for granted.
Yeah, yeah. So times like this, I think, where you realise that as well, isn't it?
Oh, now, especially now.
Yeah.
You know, just going for a walk up to Belmont Tower, such a beautiful area to go and have a look at.
Yeah.
We take it for granted, and now all of a sudden we're like, really want to go there, really want to walk up that hill, but I can't per se. So yes, I think for me it's the main thing is the location and what we've got around us and stuff.
And what is it you love about the Grantham people?
Their community spirit. What we're going through at the moment is it's unprecedented. In years' time, you know, our children's children are going to be talking about what we're going through now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, you know, there's going to be history lessons talking about it. And I'm hoping that the main thing that comes out of it is that we all came together. There's two guys that I know, Ian Haynes and Danny Ems, that created Grantham care packages. These guys are getting up, going to shops and going to delivering to people off their own backs.
Yeah.
And the donations that have come in, so many takeaways, you know, we did it at one point and still do as well, donating to the NHS, and people were donating to us to take food to the NHS. There's a Facebook page, you know, Grantham COVID-19, and people are coming on there to help other people and offer. And that's just random people just all coming together to get through, and that speaks volumes.
Yeah, it does. That page set up, I think it was on one Sunday afternoon, I remember seeing it, and I think I was something like 400th in the door, and it's now 10,000 people deep.
I think I know one of the admins for it, and we were talking the other day. She said it was one of the fastest growing pages on Facebook.
Really?
It's phenomenal, and it's just nice to see it. You know, with what's going on, it's just nice to see that we have so many decent human beings in a world of you know, a lot of negativity does get portrayed here, there, and everywhere. But actually, it's amazing.
Yeah. And what's your a bit about your family? Are you from Grantham originally? I mean, tell me about your
family. My dad passed away last year, sadly, and he was in the forces, so we travelled around a lot. And my parents got posted here when I was 15. We lived in Germany, so I stayed behind. They left me, so I went to boarding school in Germany for a year to finish off my GCSEs, and then we moved here, and my family set up roots. I then, a few years later, moved away to Northampton, explored a little bit, and then met the mother of my children. We came back here to be close to our family with our children, or with my first child, and then we had a second one. And then me and her separated 2 years ago, unfortunately. And now I've got a wonderful partner who supports me with everything that I'm doing. You know, we've been together a year. So yeah, travelled around a fair bit, lived in Germany, boarding school. But Grantham now it's home for me. My youngest was born here. She was born in Gunnerby on my sofa.
Oh wow!
Yeah, home birth. So yes, it's home, and it's where our roots are now. So
yeah, fantastic memories, but certainly when it comes to the birth of children, isn't it? Never forget
amazing.
those moments. Never forget those moments. And obviously, you now have, from my understanding, indulgence delivered, indulgence catering, the Galaxy Fish Bar. I mean, where did your journey start with those companies?
Well, when I moved here, I was a marketing consultant, and I had a bit of a falling out with my boss over the passing of my nan. And I kind of said to myself, I said, I'm tired of working for other people. I'd like to build something for my family. I'd literally just had my eldest daughter, and I was like, I want to set something up for them. So we looked around and we found a niche in the market, which was dessert delivery. So we did a bit of research and we set it up. And 7 years later, we're still going strong with that. And everything else has just come along with it. I then took on cafe at Wyndham Park, was there for a year or two. And in the meantime, I set up Indulgence Catering. That's kind of in the background, not really pushing that too hard. And then I saw Galaxy Fish Bar, and I thought it's a good opportunity. I'll take that on, and here we are a few years later with all three trading going strong and being really well supported by the local town, really.
Yeah, fantastic to hear. Fantastic to hear. So the catering arm is that located at the Galaxy Fish Bar as well? Is that somewhere
Everything's
else?
located from the same premise. Kind of makes sense to utilise.
Yeah.
It means I don't have to split myself into different angles, left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
But the Indulgence Delivered has its own separate room in the chip shop. The chip shop out the front obviously has that front, and then Indulgence Delivered just we've not really pushed it, and obviously at the moment we can't really do anything with Indulgence Catering. So once we come out of it, there'll be a big push for that to come back and go from there.
And just so we're clear, I guess obviously you mentioned Indulgence Delivered is desserts and luxurious sort of afters. I presume Indulgence Catering is sort of looking at the wedding market, the funeral market, all these sorts of things.
Yeah, it's just outside catering. We offer outside catering. We offer buffets. We can do hot if need be. We did do a wedding, a kind of Sunday dinner wedding. I have contacts with chefs, so we can actually have people come into the home and do fine dining for them at their own home. We have you probably noticed it as well with being in Grantham. The more you're here and the more you're trading, your contact list just seems to grow. All of a sudden, contacts go from a business relationship to acquaintances to friends, and whilst with everything that's going on at the moment, the contacts and the conversations I have with different businesses, and we're all talking about different things, some in the same sector as me, some in different sectors. We're all communicating to try and get through this and work together, really.
Comes back to that wonderful community spirit we talked of earlier on, doesn't it?
Massively.
So tell me a bit about the neighbours that are either side of Galaxy Fish Bar.
Well, I don't have any to the left of me. It's houses. And they're really nice neighbours, to be fair. They'll ring up and, can you pass some food over the fence? Of course we can. But next door is Wings Chinese. And then you've got Wings, Hope Community Cafe, and then the pharmacy that my mum works in. So to be fair, where we're located, we've got it's actually a really nice community spirit. Wings next door, we work really well together and communicate a lot and help each other out. If ever I've run out of something, I'm like, can you help me out, and vice versa. Good. The cafe 2 doors down, Hope Community Cafe, I can't sing these guys' praises enough. They work so hard for the local community. They're all volunteers that are going in there, and the food they serve is fantastic for it's such a great price as well. And it's, to be fair, I pop in there most days actually. If I can't be bothered to make myself anything, I'll pop in there and grab a quick panini or something. But it also gets a lot of the local area, a lot of the people that live within the estate, they come to this place, so you get to know people and get to sit down and talk. And if you're in there having a coffee, people will come and chat, and vice versa. And then the pharmacy 2 doors down where my mum works, so there's a family connection there. So
brilliant.
It's nice.
So I mean, obviously you're in and around the Grantham. Have you got anything you could tell the viewers, an interesting fact about Grantham, perhaps that people might not know?
I learned the other day that we've got a bird called the Grantham gobbler, which is a heron around
Oh,
St
really?
Wilfrid's Church or something. It made me chuckle just because of the term Grantham gobbler. It's probably about the only interesting fact I know about the town. The rest of them, we all know, Isaac Newton, Maggie Thatcher, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But just learning about this bird called the Grantham gobbler just made me chuckle, to be fair.
What do you think's changed in the food habits, the takeaway food habits, particularly of the Grantham people over the last few years?
It's a difficult one because obviously takeaway side of things, there's always a battle between Britain's favourite takeaway, and I think for a period it was fish and chips, and then all of a sudden kind of Indian food and stuff came in. And I mean, I'm very impartial to a cheeky Indian. It's one of my favourite takeaways.
Indeed.
Not a massive fan of fish and chips, to be fair, and it's even worse now I own one. But I think fish and chips they've certainly started to come back into the forefront of being one of the popular takeaways. The habits delivery side of things is really changing, especially in the fish and chip industry. The perception that fish and chips is something you go for, and you go and have, and you grab. Friday nights is a big fish and chip day, and fish on Good Friday as well. That's a real big tradition. But delivery side of things, it's starting to become more known that you can just get it delivered to your door with Uber Eats, Just Eat. I mean, especially in Grantham, Just Eat and Food Hub. But lately, with coronavirus, that's just come in with a sledgehammer and just smashed the industry to pieces of habits. The ordering of food the timings of it has changed. It's gotten earlier because we're all home. We're all home. So instead of having to get home at 5:30 in the commute, we can all of a sudden order food earlier. So it used to be kind of like 6 to 7, 8 o'clock. It's now shifted about an hour or so earlier.
Okay.
Delivery side of things, obviously people are being told to stay home and stay safe. So I know we've specifically stopped any walk-in trade, so nobody can come to our shop.
Sure.
We've been given a little bit of stick from that at times, but I'd rather protect my staff, my family, and to be fair, the customers we deliver to by saying, the less chance of people bringing anything to my door means I've got less chance of taking it elsewhere.
Absolutely.
But the guidelines, they're being updated daily as what's safe to do. It was only a couple of weeks ago you were allowed people to walk in, come in, order the food, and then stand around and wait. And then all of a sudden on a Friday about 4 o'clock, it was, do not let people come into your shop. They have to phone up, order. They can then come, take, and leave. There's no waiting around. Don't allow them to queue outside and stuff like that.
So they can't just turn up at your door at the moment and order food if they've not pre-called. No,
it's we don't even allow that. We don't allow anybody to come and collect at all. We don't allow them into the car park. We are literally a delivery service. We would deliver to your home, and that's all. Our deliveries are 99% contactless. There's the odd one or two that pay by cash. But when we go and deliver, we knock in like the top right hand corner of the door where very few people touch, put the food on the floor, step back, door opens, they pick the food up and off they go. Which means there's the risk of us actually transferring, coronavirus to anybody else is minimal. And with everything that's going on, it was a decision that I made to protect everybody else, but to protect my staff as well. They're really important, and they've been fantastic. My staff have gone above and beyond the call of duty for me, so I'm pleased with them.
Good stuff. Yeah, I think you're doing the very socially responsible thing, aren't you? But you've got to do these things, I think, like you said, for the greater good of the masses, not just yourself, but those people who are your customers and clients.
We deliver to, we have care homes that are calling us up saying, can you deliver to us and stuff? And I'd feel horrible if I knew that I directly impacted on somebody getting poorly. So the more I can do to protect people, if it means I lose business, I lose business. But I'm open, I'm trading, I'm doing all I can to protect myself from struggling. And there's going to be a lot of businesses after this that are not going to be able to reopen. They're not going to be able to afford, and it's such a sad time.
Yeah, indeed. So just moving on slightly, I mean, is there anything about Grantham you would want to change? Anything about Grantham you'd want to keep the same?
Keep the same, the people.
Yeah.
You know, I can't big up the people enough. You know, supporting my business, even my family. With my dad passing away last year, the support I had from the local community, from people that are just customers,
Yeah.
and the support I was given, and even still now, you know, and other businesses and the help we did literally about 3 weeks before my dad passed away. We did a wedding renewal for my parents, and lots of people came together to help me out, and it was amazing. They've cemented a place in my heart. There's a lot of people that have done a lot of things for my family that have just taken me back. The one thing I would change is the roads, not just the quality of the roads, because I think that's a global problem or a national problem, but I think the layout, you know, with some of the road layouts in this town, they're not the best, but
No.
we're an old town, so it's they're kind of building on top of what was already there.
Yeah, indeed. The old infrastructure of tracks for wagons and carts and stuff isn't quite suited to the modern needs of today's motorist, is it?
No,
but I'm sure some of the new stuff that's going into place, I think, will ease congestion in the town. I reckon.
Yeah, massively. I mean, you know, the councils get a lot of stick, but they're doing all they can with what they've got. They weren't given the best blueprints to start with.
No.
So it's hard to look at that sometimes and go, oh, you know, this is what was already there. If we could bulldoze the town and start from scratch, you know, it would be a whole different kettle of fish. But we can't.
Then you'd end up with an MK, a Milton Keynes, which is lifeless and soulless and everything else that goes about it. So I'd much rather keep the charm of the town.
It's just roundabout. I used to live near there, and I've got a friend that lives there, and I go and see it and stuff. And it's just roundabout after roundabout after roundabout.
Yeah, indeed. So you've touched on a little bit there, but can you give me one word and one word only to describe the people of Grantham?
Community.
Well, there you go.
Just the community. I can't praise people. Ian Haynes and Danny Ems. These are two guys and their partners who are, you know, sacrificing their time with their family and stuff. These two guys, they are literally, you know,
legends,
without a shadow of a doubt, that what they're doing is phenomenal, and they literally just two random guys doing something amazing, and that just speaks volumes to me.
Yeah, I'd love to speak to them. So once this is all over, what's the ideal day going to look like for Martin Richards?
Oh, there's 2 days for me. There's one with my children, taking them to Belton House, probably to McDonald's, because that's their favourite little treat.
Yeah.
And just going out to probably the Farrier, actually. Quite like the Farrier for the children. Just getting out and about with the children, going to places, and then there'll be a separate day for me and my partner to have our date night and go and find a local place to go and eat, whether it's ordering in. You know, we're massive fans of Bombay Brasserie wings.
Yeah.
Or probably off somewhere to like Miller and Carter for a nice meal. So anything we can do to support local businesses in this town, really, you know, and it's what I really do hope is that community spirit after this has all happened, that people kind of go, do you know what, we can buy local, we can shop local, we can support the people that are here. We've got so many wonderful businesses in town, some fantastic, the Tap and Tonic, fantastic little cocktail bar.
Awesome.
You know, there's all these little hidden gems, clothes shops. There's some fantastic clothes shops in this town. So hopefully people will realise that actually we can shop local, and we can do all we can to support and get the businesses that have been closed back up and running as best as we can. Super
stuff. Well, thank you, Martin, very much for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you a little bit, listen to you, and understand a little bit about your story. And in my mind, you certainly are one of the great and good that make Grantham what it is. And a piece of the jigsaw that sort of all comes together to form what Grantham looks like. I hope everything goes well for you and your family over the course of the next coming weeks and months. And if you do want to get hold of Martin, how would we best do that, Martin?
Facebook. I've got pages for Galaxy Fish Bar Indulgence Delivered and Indulgence Catering, or it's our phone number 01476 401 666. So
all right, great stuff. Well, thank you very much, Martin. I look forward to speaking to you at some point soon.
Bruce, you take care, stay safe.